Welcome in, everyone. Sorry, your phone was not glitching. I had to pull a practical joke there. Richard was about to freak out. Look at his face right now, Chris. Please zoom in on that right now. He is full of in disbelief of what just happened. But it's the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show. It's been a long day, and with a late night edition of the show, we got a great topics in store for you here tonight, which include dropping the power rankings. We're not going to recap because we did that on Saturday live from Zaxby's. We'll talk about how that went, broadcast schedule, upcoming nominees for the Hoolans, highlight of the week, and more. Big Rich, how is you?
I'm doing fantastic, Thrift. Another great weekend.
I know one thing. You better wake up, son. You better get up right now.
Great weekend of sports, and I'm happy to be here.
It don't seem like it.
So many. Wow. Okay.
Richard's about to walk out right now. Can we get a little pep? Let's do it again. Big Rich, what's up, man? How are you?
Great to be here on the show.
Even worse. All right. So, like I said, with Big Rich, we are presented by...
How many takes are we going to do tonight? I'm
Coca-Cola, obviously. Thank you to Coca-Cola as the best soda around. I don't think I go to any restaurant without getting a Coke.
Yeah.
It is the smooth tasting, puts me in a good mood drink. They get a Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, the original presenting sponsor. Also thanking the Houston Clinic and Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. And finally, Rich, thank you to Kinetic Credit Union. All right, let's get into it. Without further ado, let's talk about what happened on Saturday live from Zaxby's. It was repeat day, and Justin Humphries talked to me. He said there were over close to hundreds, maybe I don't want to say 1,000. That's a lot, but they had hundreds of people show up on Saturday. It was a huge success. Thank you again to Justin Humphries and the Phoenix City location, Zaxby's, for being one of our sponsors since the very beginning. We appreciate them, and it was an awesome day. I hope you kept your green receipt, and you get to go back the start of November, and you get food on Zaxby's. It's all about the customer, all about the community. The big chicken was out in front. It was just an awesome day.
What a day, and it was just not only very busy, but I got to enjoy some Zaxby's. I brought some home to the family, saving that green receipt because come November 1st, I might go out there and get the same exact order. We appreciate Justin Humphries, and I got a chance to run into him earlier tonight, and he thanked us so much for coming out to Zaxby's, the Zaxby's on 280 there in Phoenix City. It was just a great event, and we had a great show, and we appreciate everything that Zaxby's does when it comes to supporting Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Yes, we do, and thank you again to their support constantly for 3 years now, every single time. So we had a lot of fun, and hopefully we can do that in the near future, and we enjoy maybe potentially doing several shows live from Zaxby's, and we had fun on Saturday. We'll take a break. When we come back from break, the power rankings are out. We'll talk about them next here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For work or play, it's Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Silverado and Colorado's ready to roll for Chevy Truck Month. Get going in a powerful new full-size Chevrolet Silverado with discounts up to $13,500 off. Test drive the mid-size Chevy Colorados. Big performance and big discounts up to $5,000 off. People from all over the USA are coming to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Justin Humphries, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Justin Humphries and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Houlihan serves fresh, handcrafted dishes made just the way you like them. Juicy burgers, sizzling steaks, crisp salads, and shareable appetizers set the table for every appetite. Relax with friends, celebrate special moments, or enjoy a casual night out. Houlihan's delivers great food, great drinks, and great times, with 2 locations in Columbus, downtown at the Marriott Hotel and on Sidney Simons Boulevard at the Doubletree Hotel.
Welcome back into everyone to the Colin Scroggin CNAW 2 News Studios. Trip Behringer. That is Big Rich. We call him the Rambler. Don't get caught in his grass, or he'll let you know about the 1999 badminton championships.
Don't get it twisted. I used to play badminton in high school.
And Richard, you look every bit of a badminton superstar, man. There's no doubt about it. Headband and all. And that comment right there is the epitome of Big Rich. All right, throw it up there, Chris. It's rankings. Now, I'll let you know this now. The number 10 team, Richard Holdridge.
Yours truly right there.
He said that he wanted this. Now, I hear complaints because some people are like, Smith Station said, we beat Shaw. How are we not in? Northside said, well, we beat Shaw.
How come we're not in?
We're not in. And both of them had the same amount of wins. I want you to defend on why you decided to put Shaw there, because I can hear the argument for all three. I would lean more Northside than anything because they play in a tough region and play teams really tough. Give me reason why you have Shaw in over those two
All
teams.
right, here you go. You want to hear it? Despite Shaw's 2-7 record, they are ranked 40th in the power rankings for Max, according to Max Preps, for all the 2A schools, which means they are on the outskirts of possibly sneaking in for a playoff berth. And they had a very impressive win over Kendrick. That's why they're ranked ahead of Kendrick. Kendrick was ranked number 10 last week. You could make the argument for Smith Station and Northside, but when it comes to path to make the playoffs,
There we go.
Shaw has a little bit closer chance than Smith Station and Northside.
But we're comparing right now.
You're comparing apples to oranges.
No, you're comparing 2-win teams with each other.
Yeah.
I mean, in the end, though, we're talking 2-win teams.
They're 2-win teams, yeah.
No matter what, if we put a 2-win Shaw, a 2-win Northside, a 2-win Smith Station, none of them are making the playoffs.
No.
None of them thought they had great years. I don't think any of the coaches are patting themselves on the back. We won 2 games this year. So, yeah, you could flip a coin. I don't care who you put there. Really doesn't matter to me. That 10th spot's been a revolving door
And also,
all year.
Style points, Shaw only lost to Spencer 31-26. They actually had some special team blunders. Otherwise, I think they would have been competitive against Columbus.
Northside comment would be, well, we should have beat Stars Mill and Harris County, and we'd be in the
It's not
playoffs.
how you start, it's how you finish. Look how Northside finished in the season, and Shaw getting that impressive win over Kendrick, and they're going to beat Jordan next week. So I think that when we do our rankings next week, I have no problem of keeping Shaw in there because they're going to finish the season 3-7.
Harris County comes in at number 9. They finished their season at 4-6. The Tigers have an opportunity to maybe potentially, probably not get in the playoffs.
The only 4 teams go in.
Right now, they are eliminated, but if there's any other circumstances that come awry, who knows? But I will tell you right now, they are eliminated. They're out of the playoffs, but a 4-6 season with a bunch of young talent, overcoming a ton of injuries in one of the toughest regions in 4A. The Tommy Watson Harris County Tigers, I still think, had a pretty decent year. They were a Stars Mill, and they had a chance to win. They were a Stars Mill win away from making the playoffs this year and finishing 500. Number 8, Calvary. They ended their season on a 5-game losing streak. Not a great way to end the year when you started undefeated and ranked in the top 6. But I will tell you, Calvary has a winnable game in that first round of the playoffs. We'll talk about that. They go on the road to a very beatable Bethlehem Christian team. So number 8, Calvary. Number 9, Harris County. Number 10, Shaw.
I like where the rankings are, obviously, because I chose Shaw to be number 10. Harris County, the only way they could make the playoffs if there was some way that there was some teams that had ineligible players and they had to forfeit their games. We've seen this with teams a couple years ago. Sidney Lanier, that no longer exists over in Alabama, had to forfeit all their games. We saw Appling County have to forfeit all their games, but that usually doesn't happen until after the season. That's the only scenario I could see if Harris County does make the playoffs. But they're out. They're not going to make the playoffs. Calvary, at least, is in the playoffs. That's where they're ranked ahead of Harris County. And I agree with the rankings, Thrift.
All right, now let us continue on to number 7, and this was the biggest drop. Columbus High, who has been in the top 5 the last several weeks, got dominated by Spencer 28-0. It was a very disappointing loss for the Blue Devils. Not a disappointing season by no means. They do take on Sumter County. It's going to be tough on Thursday, but they got shellacked by Spencer. So they dropped, and they are 7-2 now. Pacelli, one of the bigger risers, they go to number 6. They got a big-time win in what was their most complete game of the year against a top 3 Westfield team. Beat them 28-16. Dustin Sherman had 2 touchdowns. He was their player of the game. And the Vikings host a first-round playoff match against Loganville. They should beat them, and if they do this Friday, next Friday, they're on the road at Brookstone. So they got the good side of the bracket. They're going to be in Columbus the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, and if they win that, they'll take on a potentially FPD or Strong Rock in the semifinals, and then they got a championship. If you ask me path to Macon, this is the path, if I'm Pacelli, I wanted, and you got that because you were able to take down a really good Westfield team. And then number 5, making their way back in the top 5 for the first time since the beginning of the year, the Green Waves of Spencer. They started 0-3. They won 5 of their last 6. Joe Kegler was a maestro, dialing up plays. Should have had 42 points. They had 2 different times they fumbled the ball deep inside the goal line of the Blue Devils. That was one of the more dominant games I've seen from a team, offense and defensively. Special teams was great. Elijah Fuzz was efficient. Wesley Crawford was the player of the game. And the Green Waves are 5-4, and I think they're going to take down Hardaway, get to 6-4, and potentially keep moving up in those rankings. So 5 Spencer, 6 Pacelli, 7 Columbus High.
4 straight years that the Spencer Green Wave have made the playoffs, and they got to the second round 2 years ago. I think the Spencer Green Wave team can win a first-round playoff match and get to the second round as they are playing their best football at the right time. Hard to believe they started the year 0-3, but they played a tough schedule. But they put out a statement against Columbus and dominated on all sides of the football. And I agree, Thrift, they're going to beat Hardaway next week, and they're going to finish the regular season 6-4 and going into the playoffs. Could even host a home playoff game, but looking at the power rankings, it looks like they are going to be on the road like they were last year. As far as Pacelli, they're also playing their best football at the right time. A winnable game against Loganville Christian that went 7-3, but they didn't really play anybody. But this game's at Diamond Field, and Pacelli plays very tough at Diamond Field. And like you mentioned, their path, they almost beat Brookstone. If they get to face Brookstone again, I like their chances in pulling off the upset. And you can't really take anything away from Columbus. They've had a fantastic season. Yeah, it was a tough loss, and they'll probably lose to Sumter County next week, but they're still going to make the playoffs, and that is a huge win for Columbus football. I mean, when was the last time we said that Columbus football, 2018 was the last time they made the playoffs? But they haven't had this many wins in over 2 decades. I don't know how long it's been since they've had this many wins. It's just an incredible job by Coach Robert Peters and the Columbus Blue Devils. They just did not play their best football last week and dropped 1 to Spencer.
Number 4, Brookstone. They got a big win over Strong Rock. They finished as the number 2 team in the GIAA. They will host throughout the playoffs until they make it to Macon, which would be for the championship. So good job by Coach Ian Headley and the Cougars. They got a bye this week, and they watch and play the winner of Loganville Pacelli. Number 3, the Glenwood Gators. They had a bye. They're region champs. They play Sylacauga this week, a 5A school. If they beat them, they already know who they're hosting, Thomasville, next Friday night, Richard, and then they will be doing a hopefully get to go and be a home playoff game the first 2 rounds, maybe in the first 3, depending on travel. You know how they do it in the AHSAA. Number 2, Russell County got a big win over Rehoboth. They're 8-1, and Carver took down Jordan to go to 9-0. Here are your rankings.
Carver right now, according to the latest rankings, is ranked number 2 in the 2A schools, which is it's strange because they have Carver Atlanta number 1, but I think Carver's number 1. But regardless, if they're 1, if they're 2, all they got to be is ranked in the top 4, and they're going to be guaranteed a home playoff game, at least to the semifinals. So the Carver Tigers, they're in good shape. They play Kendrick on Thursday night. Russell County plays Beauregard. Those are some winnable games. Russell County is going to host a home playoff game. Unfortunately, because they didn't win the region, they're going to go on the road in the second round. And then as far as Glenwood is guaranteed at least 2 home playoff games. So Glenwood's got to take care of business against Thomasville. They'll get another home playoff game. Glenwood is driving up the ranks as far as, the top teams in 3A. I know that they didn't crack the top 10, but Glenwood's trying to make a statement that they belong in this rankings. And as far as Brookstone, well, I mean, the sky's the limit with what Coach Ian Headley has done in his first year. Because of the win over Strong Rock, they are now the 2 seed. Yeah, that Pacelli game, that is a losable game. But if they can get past Pacelli, they could host either FPD or Strong Rock in the second round of the playoffs, and the path to the state championship is going to be just right for Brookstone, where they need to be. So I agree with the rankings this week. We got 1 more rankings for the regular season. I can't wait because we got 1 week finally left to go for the regular season in Georgia and Alabama, as we have the GHSA playoff or GIAA playoffs going on right now.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
For work or play, it's Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Silverado and Colorado's ready to roll for Chevy Truck Month. Get going in a powerful new full-size Chevrolet Silverado with discounts up to $13,500 off. Test drive the mid-size Chevy Colorados. Big performance and big discounts up to $5,000 off. People from all over the USA are coming to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Visions Morning Show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Visions Morning Show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Visions Morning Show, and download the Sports Visions radio app right now in your app store today.
Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Glenn Smith Truck Month is here. Get massive savings on GMC Sierras and Canyons. Check them out. Full-size GMC Sierras up to $14,500 off. GMC Canyons up to $5,000 off. Or take advantage of 0% financing, plus no payments until next year. At Glenn Smith GMC Opelika. Now in our 33rd year. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show. Thrift Barringer, Big Rich, let's go ahead and get into it, Rich. Let's look at those Houlihan's highlights of the week. Big Chrissy, let's see what we got.
Faking the give. Sherman rolling to his left, going deep downfield, hitting a wide open John Thompson. Touchdown, Vikings!
Second down and 8. McGee in motion. They're going to throw it to McGee. He catches it on the run. Makes a man miss. 45, 50. Another man on his feet. McGee is going to the end zone. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Tigers! Big play, Zephaniah McGee.
Fudge takes it. He's going to fire it. There's a man, and it's caught! Are you kidding me? Welcome back, everyone. Thrift Behringer, Richard Olger. Those are three fantastic plays. Harris kind of got a big win on senior night. You saw the touchdown there. And then you were able to see the first touchdown by Dustin Sherman and wide open John Thompson, and there Pacelli's win over Westfield. And then Big Rich, we were there for that moss of a catch by Amari Couch. And then they fumbled it the next play, then got an interception after that, and then went on to score. But it was a sensational throw and catch by Couch and Fudge. Go vote right now on the excuse me. You can't vote till Tuesday. But you'll see on Tuesday on the Instagram story, Georgia Alabama Sports Live Instagram story. Go and vote on there, and then we will decide the winner on Wednesday night show. Big Rich.
Three fantastic plays, and I know I'm a little biased, Thrift, because we called that Spencer Columbus game. There was a lot of fantastic plays in that game, but I think that was just an incredible catch. And the camera work was done by yours truly, so I just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah, great plays. What a great call by Dave Plata. Great call by you, and also great call by Rick Beach on those plays. So go out and vote tomorrow.
Yeah, and I know I'll be voting as well, Rick Rich. So we'll take our final break, and when we come back from break, we'll probably talk about where we're going to be this week, some of those playoff games and more on Georgia Alabama Sports Live Late Night Edition.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Houlihan serves fresh, handcrafted dishes made just the way you like them. Juicy burgers, sizzling steaks, crisp salads, and shareable appetizers set the table for every appetite. Relax with friends, celebrate special moments, or enjoy a casual night out. Houlihan's delivers great food, great drinks, and great times, with 2 locations in Columbus, downtown at the Marriott Hotel and on Sidney Simons Boulevard at the Doubletree Hotel.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Welcome back, everyone, to Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Thrift Behringer, that is Big Rich. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. All right, broadcast schedule this week. Chris, let's throw it up. So tonight we had flag football. Brookstone and Northside were able to play. Richard, I don't think I got the final score on that. Maybe we can pull that up here in just a second to see, because they played earlier tonight. Mackenzie Collins was on the call. The Patriots actually were beating the Cougars 26-0. So how about Northside getting a win and going to 6-1 on the year?
Great.
Morgan Ingram's team is rolling right now, Rich. Also, we had the Glenwood Coach Show, Pacelli Coach Show, and, of course, our show here tonight. Tomorrow, we Hardaway Kendrick Flag. Enterprise Smith Station got moved to Wednesday, and that will be at 5:30. And then we'll have the Calvary Coaches Show tomorrow. On Wednesday, we got Shaw at Brookstone. We got the Brookstone Coaches Show. We also got office hours going to drop. Sideline Stories with Kim and Kelly, and then our show as well.
Yes.
Inside the GIAA will be back. And then on Thursday, we got a big game, Sumter County, Columbus. Lost a little bit of its luster after Columbus got dominated by Spencer last week.
Yeah.
But I am still not going to turn away from them, and they can maybe pull off a huge upset, finish second, potentially second, or tie for second with Spencer and Sumter in the region. And then on Friday, it's playoff football this week. So we got Loganville at Pacelli playoffs. Will be hosting first round, and the Pacelli winner of that goes to Brookstone next week. Sandy Creek, Troup County, top 3 matchup in 3A. Region Championship online, one of the biggest games in the state. We'll be there for that. I am looking forward to being on the call, Rich. And then we have Beauregard at Russell County. The Warriors are trying to go to 9-1 and have the greatest season in the history of the program.
Yes.
So those are the 3 games we'll be at on Friday night. You can bring us back, Chris, because let's talk about some of the playoff games. Calvary goes on the road to Bethlehem Christian. Now, if we know about the GIAA, Bethlehem Christian, 7-3 on the year, but played a weaker schedule than Calvary. I think this is a winnable game. I like the Knights in this one. The Knights versus the Knights. Bethlehem's the Knights too. I think Calvary has what it takes to beat them, and then the winner of this game will go on the road to take on the number 1 team, Stratford, next week, who lost their top running back for the season with a torn ACL, which is going to be huge. So Calvary potentially could make some upsets. So the Knights on the road to Bethlehem Christian, I really do. I'm a firm believer to get that bad taste out of their mouth, that 5-game losing streak, get a playoff win, feel good about this season, and then build on for next year.
I like Calvary in this one, too, to pull off the upset in Bethlehem, which is 3.5 hours away. It's going to be a long road trip for the Knights, but I think they can do it.
Yeah, I do too, Richard. And then also, bless you, man.
Thank you.
Pacelli hosts Loganville. Loganville also 7-3, but reason they're number 10 is because of a weak schedule. And I think if the Vikings play like they did last week, there's not going to be many teams that are going to beat them at home. They're actually undefeated at home this year, and I think Smitty Grider's team gets another big win, and we get can you believe it, rematch of all rematches for the quarterfinals. And we've had this not once, not twice. This will be the third time. 2022, they played in the semifinals. Cal Pacelli won in overtime. 2023, Brookstone hit a game-winning kick to go to the semifinals and made the state. And then in 2025, they potentially could play again for the quarters. Just something about those 2 teams, man. They find a way to each other. So like magnets. They just get magnetized. So how about the Cougars and the Vikings? But first, Vikings got to take care of business against Loganville.
They got to take care of business. They should because they're at home. But, man, sign me up for Brookstone Pacelli in the playoffs, even though they're not playing for the jug. Pacelli played them so close. And this is what we want to see in Columbus. This is one of the best rivalries in this city. And so this is what the fans want to see. And it would be at Mack Strong Stadium because Brookstone is the number 2 seed.
Some other games that we're not going to do this week. Carver plays Kendrick. Hardaway takes on Spencer. And Shaw takes on Jordan. We won't. And then
Northside takes on Central Carrollton on the road.
Yeah, so we won't be doing those games, but seasons will be wrapped up for teams like Spencer, Columbus, and Carver still applying for playoff spots. But right now, Kendrick, I think, got eliminated last week, getting dominated by Shaw, and I don't think they have a chance against Carver. So they're going to finish 4-6, right underneath that 5 win that I said. Still a good season, but the Columbus Hot Blue Devils took the mantle of the most surprising team, I think, by far this year in our area. Another game we're not going to be doing, Glenwood's on the road at Sylacauga, 5A school that's 4-5 on the year. But right now the Gators are playing their best football. They're 12-0. Can you believe that? 12-0 in the region the last couple of years. They have not lost haven't lost a home game since 2022. Coach Ryan Nelson's got one of the most consistent programs in our area. The Gators are going to host a first round against Thomasville next week, and I think they're going to want to play. They're playing their best football right now after beating Lee Scott last week for the region championship, or 2 weeks ago. I think they're going to keep that momentum with a win over Sylacauga this week.
Yeah, they don't just rebuild; they reload. They lost Trey Clarity, their quarterback, that Week 1 game to Valley. Jalen Stanley has been fantastic. I mean, you've had Cal Lawrence step up, Carter Judah, Coach Ryan Nelson. If he's not considered for Coach of the Year, especially in 3A for Alabama. I don't know what you're thinking, because this guy has done a phenomenal job as a coach, and I think that he should get the recognition as far as being one of the top candidates for Coach of the Year.
I completely agree with that, Richard. So that is pretty much our schedule for this week. We will not have anything on Saturday, but we will have a Houston Clinic show that will be dropping later this week, probably on Sunday. Maybe Wednesday, we'll let you know, but we are going to be recording that. Looking forward to Beyond the Sidelines with Houston Clinic.
Yeah, and then Sunday, there's a big day for us.
Yeah, which I didn't even send my guy, Big Chris, the graphic, but it will be shared on social media. Start at 1:30. It is 2022, 23, 24, the fourth annual.
4 times we've done this.
The fourth annual Courier Echo Latino Media Day, powered by Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and we're going to host it at the Beck Center. Cannot wait to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have all the schools going to be in participation, boys and girls, to set the season up for a fantastic media day. So I look forward to being there on Sunday to kind of showcase and bring in high school basketball season.
Yeah, basketball is just around the corner. We got the schedule out for November. We've had preseason rankings. I know our friend, colleague Kyle Sandy has put out his preseason rankings. I know we're going to drop ours shortly. I'm just excited that high school basketball is just around the corner, and that first game is going to be that first week in November.
Yeah, unbelievable, man. Well, we want to say thank y'all so much. We got a lot of stuff that we're going to be covering, including bringing in basketball season, as always, starting November the 2nd, live from the Beck Center at 1:30. We won't be done until later on that night. It's a busy Sunday for us.
Busy.
We appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you next time on the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show.